book with me, it's page 71. We left off at Act 2, Scene 3, line 155. And I was reading in the No Fear Shakespeare version, which I'll keep handy because don't you guys think it's easier to understand? Okay. But it is important that you recognize the famous lines, and I'll stop and point those out to you. So to recap what's happened, we have murdered Duncan. I mean, he's dead. There's no doubt he's dead. Macbeth framed the servants, his guards, to look like they did it. As they were coming to from their drunken stupor that Lady Macbeth had put them into, Macbeth tells everybody in his rage at seeing Duncan killed, he murdered the only witnesses. And that then protects him. Then the two sons that have been made the heirs to be the next king, Donalbain and Malcolm, whisper to each other, oh man, we're in trouble. Why do you think they're in trouble? We talked a little about this last week. Why do you think they're in trouble? Why do you think the brothers are scared now? They think they are going to get murdered or blamed for the murder of their father, which wasn't unheard of in those days. People killed children who were in line for the throne. It was really cutthroat to be the king. I mean, you wanted to be the king. So they're like, we've got to get out of here. One's going to go to Ireland. One's going to go to Scotland. England, not Scotland. And they're in Scotland. And, let's get out. Let's escape. So they're planning their escape. And then Lady Macbeth, to distract things, oh, I'm swooning. Because, before she was like, kill him. Oh, and then now she's like, oh, this is terrible. So that's where we're picking up. And I want to finish Act 2 today. And then I'll give you your vocabulary assignment. All right. So line 155, Macduff is going to become an important character later. Okay. He's not Macbeth. I think the first 5 times I taught this, I kept getting Macduff and Macbeth confused. So sometimes I'll just refer to them as Beth and Duff. I've even had students tell me, is Macbeth a woman? Because the name Beth, but it's a man. All right. So I'm jumping down to Macbeth's line. Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together, well contented. So everybody leaves except Malcolm and Donalbain. Malcolm says, what will you do? Let's not consort with them. Let's not talk with them now. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. I'll to England. I'll go to England. And Donalbain says, to Ireland, our separated fortune shall keep us both the safer. If we're together, it's too dangerous. If we're separate, it makes it harder. If people are trying to kill us, if we're in 2 different places, it's harder. They'll have to come after all of us. Does it make sense? Where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles. What do you think that means? There's daggers in men's smiles. That's a great line. You like those, Kelly? I know. Kelly's a friend of mine up in Nova Scotia, Canada, and she's making fun of my glasses. I left my good glasses at home. What do you think that line means? There's daggers in men's smiles. Okay, a dagger is a what? A weapon. So think about, I'm looking at you. Sometimes we say kill them with kindness. Have you heard that expression? It's the same thing, that I lure you in with my smile. I'm not to be trusted. So he's saying, we can't trust anybody. Somebody in this group has killed our dad. They know it's not them. Other people blame the boys, the sons. They know they didn't do it, right? So they know somebody in their immediate circle did it, but they played it off as the servants, guards. There's daggers in men's smiles. The near in blood, the nearer bloody. Malcolm, the other brother, says, this murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted, and our safest way is to avoid the aim. They went after us, but they didn't get us. Therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave taking, but shift away. Let's get out of here quick. There's warrant in that theft which steals itself when there's no mercy left, and they're gone. All right, last scene that we're going to read in this act, and then we're going to go to vocabulary. So Ross comes in with an old man. 70 I can remember well, within the volume of which time I have seen. My old man sounds like my witches. Within the volume of which time I have seen hours dreadful and things strange, but this sore night hath trifled former things. So we're referencing nature again. Remember how we watched for that in all of the first part? There's this whole idea of superstition, like the weather that we have today. If we were in a superstitious world, we'd say, oh, bad things are going to happen today. Because it kind of feels gloomy when the weather's like this gray and drizzly rain. And so Shakespeare uses that to create this eerie feeling, right? And Ross, who is an aide of Duncan, says, ha, good father, old man, thou seest the heavens as troubled with man's act, threatens his bloody stage. By the clock 'tis day, and yet dark night strangles the traveling lamp. Is it night's predominance or the day's shame that darkness does the face of earth and tomb when lighting light should kiss it? So as much as you guys hate the language, this beautiful language is what makes people love Shakespeare. He just so beautifully crafts. I know, I see your face. I feel your feeling. But nerdy people like me love going, wow, like there's daggers in men's smiles. I love that kind of wordsmith. I think it's so amazing how he can create a picture and it's not so obvious. It's really subtle. I know. That's why teenagers hate to study this stuff. But maybe one day you'll be like, that was really cool. I like that. No, I don't think, by the look on your face, I don't think you believe me. Ross says, oh no, the old man says, 'tis unnatural, even like the deed that's done. So he's hinting that he knows this murder isn't what it looks like. On Tuesday last, a falcon, towering her pride of place, was by a mousing owl hawked at and killed. A falcon got killed by an owl. Oh, topsy-turvy. Things are turned around. Things aren't normal. And this is saying, it's like a warning that it isn't what it seems. You know, there's something not right. Ross says, and Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain, beauteous and swift, the minions of their race, turned wild in nature, broke their stalls, flung out, contending against obedience as they would make war with mankind. So he's saying, and last night, Duncan's horses freaked out in the what do you call their stall, but what do you call in the barn? Too long of a weekend. In the barn, they jumped the barn, they broke their collars, ropes, whatever, leads. I am struggling with language today. And they escaped. And they're saying everything's telling us something is wrong. Stables. Thank you. Kelly, help me out. I just can't get my words right today, Kelly. And the old man said, 'tis said they eat each other and they attacked each other like a crazy. All of this is telling the audience something's not right here. Spooky. Em, you're over there. I always am not sure if you're sleeping. You sit there so still. See, I can always look at you because you're looking at me, but are you really enjoying this, Em, on a Monday rainy morning? Yeah, I didn't think so. And Ross says, they did so. To the amazement of mine eyes, they looked upon it. And here comes Macduff. He's going to be our hero, just to give you a heads up. Here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world, sir, now? Why, see you not, Macduff says. Is it known who did this more than bloody deed? They don't believe it was the guards. Macduff says, those that Macbeth hath slain. Ross says, alas, the day. So they're saying, Macduff is saying, well, they're saying it's the guards, the guy that Macbeth went in and killed. That's what they're saying, but you can already tell they don't believe it. Alas, the day, what good could they pretend? Macduff goes on, they were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's two sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts them on the suspicion of the deed. So by their very escaping to save their lives, it makes them look like they did it, the sons. Then 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth. What is sovereignty? We've talked about this before. What is a sovereign? You got it. You can do it. The sovereign of a country is the king. So the sovereignty has fallen upon Macbeth. Who's the new king? Now that Duncan is dead, who's the new king? The boys have run away. So who's it? Macbeth. They're saying, oh, it looks like Macbeth's going to now be king. Macduff said he's already named and gone to Scone to be invested. So he's going to go get his anointment. Where is Duncan's body? Carried to Colmkill, sacred storehouse of his predecessors. people that went before him, ancestors, and guardian of their bones. Will you to Scone? Are you going to go off with them? And Macduff says, no, cousin, I'll to Fife. I'll go to this place called Fife. Well, I will thither. I'll come eventually, Ross says. Macduff says, well, may you see things well done then. Adieu, lest our old robes sit easier than our new. Farewell, father, to the old man. God's benison blessing go with you and with those that would good of bad and friends of foe. And there's our contradictions of good again. So in summary, Duncan's dead. People don't believe that it was the guards. They are now suspicious of the sons who have run away to save themselves. One's run to Ireland, one's run to England. If you look at our maps, they're just across the way. They're all part of the United Kingdom now. And Macbeth is now being made the king. So Macbeth's gotten everything he wanted, and everything by Shakespeare is telling the audience nothing is right. It's all weird and crazy and creepy. And that's the end of Act 2. This is a really short reading. This is only 11 minutes today. Good. It'll be good for you guys that are out there. We'll go on to Act 3 tomorrow. But now you guys, we're going to do vocabulary. Do you have any questions? No. Do you have any questions? I'll see you, Kelly. See ya. Keep reading. Subscribe.